Hello dear students. As you all know, we have done chapter number 4 now. Today we will start chapter number 5 and the name of the chapter is Magnetism and Matter. Basically in this chapter we will talk about how the magnetic field is being induced, how a magnetic field is produced by motion of a charged particle. Why a material behaves as a magnet and why a matter does not. Okay, I like permanent magnet, natural magnets we have seen. They are basically ore of the irons. Why they behave as a magnet, what is special in their structure so that they behaves as a magnet, we are going to discuss that in the chapter. And then after, at the last, we are going to discuss some important factors about Earth's magnetism. There were lots of things in this chapter, okay, about material who behaves like a magnet, type of materials, but this year it has been reduced, so we are not going to cover that. What we are going to cover how a material behaves like a magnet, we are going to discuss the reason. But before discussing that reason, let us understand some basic points about magnetic force and magnetic field. What is a magnetic field? First of all, in the last chapter we have studied a lot about magnetic field. But what is a magnetic field? A magnetic field is something which deviates a magnetic compass. There are some materials in the nature who behaves like a magnet. Okay, and they have properties that they attract metal pieces. They attract metal pieces towards themselves. What else knowledge about magnet we have? We have a knowledge that a magnet has two poles. One is north pole, another is south pole. From the north pole, the magnetic field lines go out, and to the south pole, it terminates. Okay? Outside the magnet, the pattern of magnetic field is like this, but inside the magnet, it is something else. Let me draw first of all the outside. The magnetic field pattern outside the magnet is like this, from the north towards the south. Okay, from the north towards the south. Is it clear? Some more magnetic field lines towards the south, they will terminate over here and they will emerge from this. Outside the magnet, magnetic field lines are like this, but inside the magnet, magnetic field lines are from south to north. Outside the magnet is north to south, but inside the magnet it is from south to north. What else about the magnet? We have three properties. One is called a directional property. Directional property. What that directional property says that? Directional property says that if we hang a magnet from a source, then its one of the end stays towards north direction and another side stays towards south direction. Okay, the end which stays towards north direction, it is called the north pole, and the end which stays towards south direction, it is called south pole. A magnet always stays in this direction if it is free to rotate about its axis, then it will stay in this direction only. Second point is monopole magnet. Monopole magnets do not exist. What do I mean when I say monopole magnet? A magnet with a single pole does not exist. Magnet always exists in dipole. One is north, one is south. A monopole magnet cannot exist. Suppose a magnet is broken. Here it is north pole, here it is south pole, it is broken from here. Then we have two magnets. One is north, here south develops, and this side north develops. Okay, again if you break it, then what will happen? Again here south, here north will be developed. A magnet with a single pole, monopole magnet, does not exist. And the third property is this. magnetic field lines. Okay, so these are the basic properties of magnets. Okay, these are the basic properties of magnets. But later on we realize that the magnetic field, the study of magnetic field and magnetic forces, it is very same as we have done in the electrostatics. Okay, it is very same. The nature of the force is same. Okay, let us discuss some similarities so that you can understand why I am saying so. That the study of magnetic field, magnetic force is similar to study of electric field and electric force. This side what we have studied in electrostatics. Okay, and this side of the board what we are going to study in magnetism. Is it clear? The first thing we study in this electrostatics about charges. Charges we study, and we know that charges are of two types, one is plus, another is minus. Okay, these are the basic reason of electric fields. Charges are the basic reason of electric field. When we talk about magnets, so magnets have poles. One is north pole, another is south pole. Okay, these poles can also be considered as magnetic charges. North pole is considered as positive and south pole is considered as negative. Qm plus Qm minus Qm. Charge is denoted by what? Q. For poles we put Qm. Okay, magnetic charges. Why I am doing so? Just see, if we see the pattern of electric field, if one positive, one negative charge is kept, then how the direction of electric field is there? From positive to the negative. From positive to the negative. This is the direction of electric field. Okay, and same happens when our magnetic poles are kept just nearby themselves, nearby each other. Then how the magnetic field works? From north to the south. Pattern is very much similar as earlier it was. Here it was electric field, here it is magnetic field, but the pattern is same. Pattern is very much same. What is different? What is different? Difference is along the line joining them the pattern is different. Along the line joining the poles pattern is different. Otherwise when we go outside the magnet the pattern is entirely same. Okay. If we put two positive charges together or two negative charges together, what will happen? Repulsion. And if we put one positive, one negative, or one negative, one positive, then what will happen? Attraction. Same goes with magnets also. If we put north pole and north pole together, or south pole and south pole together, then what will happen? Repulsion. Okay? But if you put south pole and north pole, or north pole and south pole, then what will happen? Attraction. Opposite pole attracts each other, opposite pole attract each other, and same poles repel each other. That we have studied in class 10. Basically here also same pattern is being followed. What we have studied, the force due to charges, isolated charges, is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Here also we found the same, that F is proportional to what? 1 by r square. Force due to magnetic poles on each other, it is also found to follow inverse square law. So these are the similarities between electrostatics and magnetism. So what we did, we actually take this resemblance, you can say, a step further. Now what we do, we study magnetism with the help of electrostatics. Okay, just we change the variables, and from the study of electrostatics we can directly apply into the magnetism. How? We have studied one thing which is called electric dipole. What is electric dipole? Electric dipole is an arrangement of two equal and opposite charges which are separated by a small distance. One is minus q, another is plus q. If their separation is 2l, we have defined a dipole moment which is given by q multiplied by 2l. Direction is from negative q to positive q. This is the direction, and it is a vector quantity. What it is called? It is called a dipole moment. In the same pattern, we are going to define magnetic dipole now. Okay? We are going to define magnetic dipole, and with the help of resemblance, we will define magnetic dipole moment also. In the magnetism, we define magnetic dipole. What we say? Minus qm plus qm. Minus qm is basically your south pole, plus qm is basically your north pole, and let the axis of the dipole be 2l. This is a magnetic dipole. Okay, this is a magnetic dipole. Two magnetic poles, small magnetic poles separated by a small distance, is called a magnetic dipole. And magnet always exists in dipoles only. What we have to do? We have to take short dipoles. Length of the dipole should be very small. Okay. We define magnetic moment over here. Magnetic moment of magnetic dipole is denoted by m vector. Okay. And it is defined by, earlier it was charge multiplied by separation. This time also it is going to be charge multiplied by separation. From where to where its direction will be? Its direction will be from south to north pole. Because earlier it was from minus to plus. This time it is going to be from south to north, because south is considered as minus magnetic charge and north is considered as plus magnetic charge. Electric field at axial point, if you remember the formula, what was the formula? Formula was E is equal to K into 2P upon R cube. What is K? K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2P upon R cube. If I write vector form, it will be like this. Magnetic field at axial point will be, magnetic field at axial point will be what it will be? So B is going to be, now just see 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is the constant for the electrostatics. Okay, for electric field permittivity comes. For magnetic field permeability comes. So in place of this constant, we have to use a new one, mu naught upon 4 pi. 2p, it will be 2m upon r cube. Same. What we have changed only? We have changed the constant. Earlier it was for electrostatics. It was 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This time it is mu naught upon 4 pi. Okay. Electric field at equatorial point. What is the formula? At equatorial point, what is the formula? Formula is E vector is equal to minus Kp vector upon R cube, or minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught P vector upon R cube. Magnetic field at axial point will be given at, equatorial point is given, B vector is equal to same minus mu naught upon 4 pi. Now in place of P upon R cube, it will be M vector upon R cube. I hope you are trying to understand the pattern. Only what I am doing, I am changing the main variable. That's it. Here constant is being changed, and the variable earlier it was P. For magnetism it is small m. Okay. Dipole moment. Both are dipole moment only. One more relation I want to write. Potential energy of a dipole. Earlier it was U is equal to minus P vector dot E vector, or U is equal to minus PE cos theta. Okay, that we have studied. Here, potential energy of magnetic dipole, what it is going to be? It is going to be U is equal to minus M vector dot B vector, or U is equal to minus MB cos theta. I hope you are understanding the pattern. What I am doing just exchange of variable. Earlier it was there to prove. In the last year syllabus it was there to prove. All these were there to prove. We were proving this. Now this is the formula we adopt. We were proving this. We were proving this. We were proving this. But this year it is not there. All these topics are not there in your syllabus. Why? Then why I am telling you? I am telling you because so that you can have an idea that magnetism, study of magnetism is as it is going in the electrostatics. Just what you need to do, you need to change the variables accordingly. Right? For magnetism, you have to write the variables for magnetism. For electrostatics, you have to write the variable of electrostatics. Formula will remain same. Is it clear? It is not there in your syllabus. Let me be frank to you. It is not there in your syllabus. But you need to understand this. Is it clear? So this is the concept of magnetic dipole moment. This magnetic dipole moment is the topic of today. The first topic in your syllabus is going to be current loop as a magnetic dipole. So for that you need to understand what is a magnetic dipole and what is its magnetic dipole moment defined as. Magnetic dipole moment is defined as Q multiplied by 2L. Vector L is defined from minus S to plus. South pole to north pole. That's it. Is it clear? So let us start our topic. I hope you got an idea that the study of magnetism is very much similar to the study of electrostatics. Only what we need to do, we need to change the variable. Okay. So let us start the syllabus. The first topic of the syllabus is current loop as a magnetic dipole. Current loop as a magnetic dipole. Let me remove all this. Then after we will start current loop as a magnetic dipole. Okay. Topic is current loop as a magnetic dipole. Current loop as a magnetic dipole. This is the main topic of today. In the last lecture, last chapter, we have proved a formula for magnetic field due to a current loop at its axial point. If this distance is say small r, if this distance is say small a, and it is a current loop I carrying a current I, and it is having a number of turns capital N, then at this point the magnetic field B was given as mu naught Ni a square upon 2 a square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. This was the formula we have proved, right? We have proved this formula in the last chapter. I am using this formula directly. I am going to make some changes. I am going to take a first condition that r, if r is very greater than a, this distance, axial point distance is very greater than a, 8 is the radius of the loop, then what will happen? We can write it B is equal to mu naught Ni a square upon 2. A square will be neglected in comparison to r square. It will be 2r cube. Okay. Now what I am going to do? I am going to make it mu naught upon 4 pi. B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi into Ni a square upon 2r cube multiply by 4 pi. We have multiplied 4 pi. Let us multiply over here. 4 pi I have divided over here. Let us multiply by 4 pi so that it can be balanced. Now what will happen? 2 and 4 will be cancelled 2 times. Anything else will be cut? No. What we are going to have now? Then B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi. Pi a square I am going to take together. It will be 2Ni into pi a square upon r cube. Now what is pi a square? A is the radius of the loop. It becomes area. What we can write now? We can write B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2Ni a upon r cube. the same formula can be written as this. Condition, I have applied this. This is the condition. Okay, this is the condition. If r is very greater than a, that distance is very greater than the radius of the loop, then this formula can be obtained in form of this. N is what? Number of turns. I is what? It is current. A is what? Area of the loop. Now, if we calculate magnetic field at the axial point of a magnetic dipole, magnetic field at axial point of a dipole, obviously I am talking about magnetic dipole, then B comes out to be mu naught upon 4 pi 2m upon r cube. Just I have told you, in the electrostatics it is 2p upon r cube, in the magnetism it is 2m upon r cube. Now just try to find the similarity between this expression, let this be equation number 2, and this expression, let this be equation number 1. The whole expression is same. Okay, from 1 and 2 what we found, from 1 and 2 what we find, that B is inversely proportional to r cube in both the cases. B is proportional to 1 by r cube, means B is inversely proportional to cube of the distance for this magnet, as well as for this loop also. B is inversely proportional to r cube. Here it is mu naught upon 4 pi, mu naught upon 4 pi. 2 is also there. R cube is also there. What is the difference? Difference is this M, which denotes magnetic dipole moment here, in place of this, here in this expression, in place of M, it is NIA. What we say that the loop, more specifically current loop, can be considered as magnetic dipole if its dipole moment is given by M is equal to NIA. M is equal to NIA. Is it clear? Now this M is a vector quantity. So in vector form, M vector is equal to NI A vector. Basically the direction of dipole moment will be in the direction of area vector. Now that area vector becomes very crucial. Earlier when it was a disk or it is a ring, if I ask you what is the direction of this ring, tell me that either its direction is perpendicular outward or its direction is perpendicular inward, because it is a plane. I have told you that for a plane, direction of area vector need to be perpendicular to the plane. If it is a plane, then area vector could be in this direction also, area vector could be in this direction also. But when it denotes a current loop, suppose this is a current, then you cannot tell the direction can be in this direction also, can be in this direction also, and can be in this direction also. No, you cannot say that. Now what you have to do for finding the direction of area, now you have to apply the rule. And what is that rule? You have to curl your fingers, around the current. Where this thumb is indicating, perpendicular inward, its direction of area will be perpendicular inward. And if it is like this, current is just reverse, then you have to curl your finger along current, and then you can tell what is the direction of area vector, because now area vector is associated with magnetic moment. If you tell that area vector could be anywhere, then magnetic moment also could be anywhere, which is a very wrong thing. Magnetic moment is always defined from south to north. Okay? So direction of area vector, for finding the direction of area vector, you have to curl your finger along the current. The extended thumb will give you the direction of area vector as well as magnetic dipole moment. Now we have reached to a very important conclusion, and conclusion is that magnetic moment of a current loop is given by M is equal to NIA. Okay, the magnetic moment of a current loop is given by M is equal to NIA. Right? Now, using this expression in a formula, let me remove all this. Only hit this side. You must have studied in the last video lecture, we have talked about torque acting on a current loop. What is this? It is torque. Torque acting on a current loop placed in a magnetic field. In a magnetic field. Torque is equal to, we have studied NIAB sin theta. Now that NIA can be written as M. What we can write now? Torque is equal to MB sin theta, or torque vector is equal to M vector cross B vector. Again, let me show you a resemblance with electrostatics. In electrostatics, if an electric dipole is kept in an electric field, then torque acting on it is given by PE sin theta, and torque vector comes out to be P vector cross E vector. Here also, you can see that these formula are very resemble to each other. They resemble. Just see, MB sin theta. In place of M, magnetic moment, electric dipole moment was there. In place of magnetic field, electric field, sin theta, sin theta. In vector form, it was P cross E. Now it is M cross B. Very similar to electrostatics. That I was trying to tell you in the beginning. That a study of magnetism is very similar to the study of electrostatics. Only what you need to do, you need to change the variables accordingly. Right? So this is the torque acting on the magnetic dipole moment. From here, you can denote, you can take out the unit of magnetic dipole moment also. What is the unit of magnetic dipole moment? Just say, here it is, unit of M. Okay, M means not mass, magnetic dipole moment, right? M is equal to NIA. For N there is no unit, it is number of turns. For I it is ampere, for A it is meter square. Unit of M is going to be ampere meter square. Okay, or one more unit can be. Torque is equal to MB sin theta. For torque the unit is Newton meter. For torque the unit is Newton meter. For B it is Tesla. When Tesla is transferred to this side, one more unit comes out to be Newton meter per Tesla. These both are the units of M. M is what? Dipole moment. Is it clear? So this is how this current loop is considered as a magnetic dipole. Now, each current loop behaves as a magnetic dipole. Okay, each current loop behaves like a magnetic dipole. Now let me give you a hint. We are going to discuss it in detail in the next video lecture, but let me give you a hint. Why such one kind of material behaves as a magnet and other material does not? In materials, what happens? What we know that around the atoms, in the atoms around the nucleus, electrons are revolving in different orbits, and when electron is revolving in a circular orbit or elliptical orbit, basically it is completing its path, it is repeating its path. Its loop, its orbit can be considered as a current loop, and that current loop can be considered as a magnetic dipole. So if structure of atom or arrangement of atom is such that if these loops are added, their magnetic influences are added, then the material behaves as a magnet. But if the arrangement is such that if the one magnetic moment is cancelled by the magnetic moment of other, then what will happen? The material will not behave as a magnet. So if the loops are added constructively, you can say in terms of magnetism, then the material will behave as a magnet. And if they cancel each other, material will not behave. Okay. So in the next video lecture, we will talk about the electron orbit behaves as a magnetic dipole or magnetic movement of electron orbit. Okay. So this is what we have studied today. Chapter number 5 has been started. Chapter number 4 notes is still pending, but within 1 or 2 days it will be done, and then after chapter 5 notes will be updated. Okay. This is all for the day. Thank you.